So, let's talk about something I think a lot of us go through without even putting a name to it: the slow, quiet creep of burnout. It doesn't always show up with a huge, dramatic crash. Most of the time, it's more like a whisper, one that we just mistake for something else entirely. Let's dig into how that quiet journey really unfolds.
And this is almost always where it starts, right? With a simple, totally relatable thought. It's not some big cry for help, it's a rationalization. I'm just tired. It's a busy season at work. This is just what being an adult feels like. I mean, this one sentence just nails that universal starting point for a journey most of us don't even realize we're on.
Okay, so let's really unpack that quiet beginning. This is the stage where we totally normalize the pressure. We tell ourselves that feeling the strained all the time is just the price you pay for having a busy, productive life. It's normal. And on the surface, everything can look and even feel perfectly fine. You've got your routine down, your tasks are familiar. This predictability, it creates this powerful illusion that everything's stable. It's this gentle, steady rhythm that completely masks the fact that underneath it all, your batteries are slowly being drained, little by little, day after day. But here's the thing. You can't outrun the truth forever. And a lot of the time, our bodies are the first ones to blow the whistle. They start sending up these little flares long before our minds are ready to admit that something is seriously wrong. And these signs can be incredibly specific, can't they? We're talking about those nagging headaches that just kind of hang around. That tension in your neck and shoulders you can never quite stretch out. It's those nights where you get a full 8 hours, but you wake up feeling like you haven't slept a wink, maybe even with your heart already pounding. See, these aren't just random things happening. It's a pattern. It's a message.
And what do we do when our body sends us these messages? We explain them away. Oh, it's just stress. Too much screen time. I just need a good weekend to reset and I'll be fine. What's so interesting here is that gap between what our body is screaming at us and how our mind is desperately searching for a simple, quick fix. We're just not ready to hear the deeper truth yet.
So after the physical stuff starts, the emotional changes begin to surface. And these are way more subtle, They're harder to pin down. It's just this quiet sense that your whole internal landscape has shifted, even if you don't really have the words for it yet. And this just illustrates the core conflict of early burnout so perfectly. On paper, your life looks great. You've got a stable job, things are fine, you should feel grateful, right? But what you actually feel is this constant low-level hum of anxiety. You're more irritable, you have less patience. There's just this numbness or heaviness. That disconnect is so confusing. And that confusion, it turns into guilt fast. You start questioning yourself. Am I being weak? Am I just ungrateful? Am I just being dramatic? So instead of actually listening to that feeling that something is wrong, we turn it all inward, which just adds another layer of weight to everything we're already carrying.
And this brings us to the part where the signs become pretty much impossible to ignore. After your body and your emotions have waved the white flag, your mind starts to show the strain. The mental tools you count on every day just start to fail.
It always starts small. You find yourself rereading the same email 3, maybe 4 times. Tasks that used to be second nature now take this immense effort just to stay focused on. And because your concentration is shot, your daily to-do list, which used to be totally manageable, now feels like climbing a mountain. Every single item just feels heavy, and it fuels this feeling of being constantly, hopelessly behind. And then, pretty soon, even simple choices are draining. What should I have for lunch? Which task should I start next? It all leads to this state of total decision fatigue. Your brain is just too tired. It can't process any more information. So this is the really crucial point, this feeling of depersonalization. You're not really an active participant in your own life anymore. You're just a passenger, running on autopilot, just trying to make it to the end of the day. You're surviving, you're not thriving. So what happens when all these signs are pointing to the exact same conclusion? Well, a realization starts to dawn on you. And it's not some dramatic light bulb moment. It's a slow, quiet truth that you just have to sit with. We have this idea in our culture that burnout is this huge, spectacular collapse. But what we're seeing here is that for a lot of people, it's the exact opposite. It's not one big event. It's 1,000 tiny moments of tension, of exhaustion, of lying awake at night when your brain just refuses to shut off.
And this is the question that starts to bubble up in those quiet moments. It's the question you start asking yourself when the cost of just keeping on, starts to feel way bigger than the fear of actually making a change. And eventually, that question, it settles into a statement. It's not a loud, angry declaration. It's a quiet, honest-to-God truth. And this is the real turning point. It's not about having a solution yet. It's simply acknowledging that the way things are going, it's just not sustainable. And that brings us to what's next, to the path forward. And what's so important to get here is that the first step isn't about having some perfect 10-point plan. It's just about choosing to face a new direction. Because, look, to choose that new direction, you have to know what you're really up against. Burnout is tricky. It loves to wear these masks of positive traits that we all admire. We think we're just being responsible or ambitious or resilient. But what's really happening is we're burning ourselves out. Recognizing this disguise is the key to finally being able to take it off. The new direction, then, is all about these small, intentional shifts. It's not about finding a new way to push even harder. It's about learning to push less. It's about finally listening to all those signals your body and mind have been sending you. It's about dropping the performance of, I'm fine, and instead choosing to line your life up with what is genuinely sustainable and healthy for you. And so, we're going to end with a question for you to think about. This whole journey of recognizing burnout is so personal. It's like a process of translation, learning to understand the quiet language of your own body, your own mind. So as we wrap this up, the most important question isn't for me, it's for you. What quiet signs might you be ignoring? If you spend any time online, you've heard it a million times. It's the universal sign-off, the creator's mantra. Like, share, subscribe. We hear it so often it's just kind of become background noise, right? But what if I told you those 3 little words aren't just a polite request? They're actually a powerful set of commands that literally shape the internet you experience. So let's just put it all together one more time. Liking is your vote for quality. Sharing is your tool for expansion. And subscribing is your act of community building. Every single click has a distinct and vital impact on the digital world we all live in. So, the next time you hear that familiar sign-off, remember this. You are not just passively watching something. You are an active participant. You are a curator, deciding what content deserves to be seen. You're an amplifier, giving it a bigger voice. And you're a patron, supporting the creators that you really value. So remember, your clicks have real weight. They actually shape the internet that we all share. They can elevate an unknown artist, they can spread a vital idea, or they can build a global community. You hold that power in your hands. The only question left is, now that you know the code, how are you going to use it?